Welcome back to Maven Mondays. I'm Georgia Morley, founder of Built for This Baby and Yoga for Your Belly, which is our food brand that we have recently launched. And I have a really great question today on Maven Monday. And the question comes from a lot of women, actually, women that I work with and women that I don't. And it seems to be quite a popular question as of recent. So I wanted to tackle it today. And that question is, what is the bumps? The bumps. Sounds a bit odd, doesn't it? Well, I was recently interviewed on Global News here in Vancouver talking about our plant-based pregnancy and postpartum program that we have launched. And in that program, we have two elements. One's called the BUMPS protocol, and the other is called the 3Cs. Those are the two most distinguishable and unique things that I teach in the program. So I wanted to tackle the bumps. And the bumps is really an intuitive way of using foods, most of which you probably have in your kitchen, and increasing the nutritional value of your meals by adding these bumps onto each meal. Some meals you might not be into it. Some meals you might have, taken the time to plate beautifully and you're having dinner guests and you might not want to pour, spirulina, goma shio, sesame seed mixture all over it. I get it. And there are a lot of meals we eat during the week when we're cooking for our family or if we're eating on the fly that we can add these bumps to and pretty much increase the nutritional value of that meal by like 1,000 to 2,000%. So I'm going to explain why. When we create the bumps in our house, we generally want to make sure that we're choosing about a dozen dried foods, call them superfoods. For example, I have on my counter right here, I have chia seeds. I also have pumpkin seeds, my fave. And I also have, let's just pick an interesting one, prunes. So I have 12 of these bumps on my counter stored in baskets, and I keep them visible to me. So why I keep them visible to me is the really most important part. I keep them visible so I can use them and not forget about them. If they're hidden back behind a cupboard somewhere, I'm likely to forget to use them. So they're always in my visual, in my line of sight. So when I'm cooking at the counter, I can easily look over, notice that they're there, and add them to my meal. For instance, avocado toast with scrambled eggs gets an extra bump of pumpkin seeds and sesame seeds, spirulina, goma shio. Or my oatmeal in the morning frequently gets cinnamon, which is a blood glucose stabilizer, a little molasses for iron, and a few prunes, which are fiber and also high in potassium and zinc. Kind of awesome, right? It sounds really simple, but there's also an intuitive piece that I teach in the program called the 3Cs: connection, consideration, and completion. And that is part and parcel of the program and part and parcel of the bump, so that you know how to add these things. You know what's happening in your body, you know what you're feeling on that day, and what you might need to bump up in order to continue on in the most vibrant and rad state that you need to be for the day. So another bump that I wanted to share with you, one of my favorites, is turmeric. It has the curcumin that I've talked about in some of my prior videos. Turmeric is a great addition and needs to be eaten with a fat like almonds or cashews, which are also great bumps and can be added on top of things like salads or tempeh bowls or roasted veg. Those things are great to add on top of those items. I'm a little scattered today. I apologize. I've been harried, crazy, just managed to have a shower. It's noon, hair's still wet, and I'm making this video for you. But I wanted to make sure I showed up here and gave you a good question and answer for your Monday. Very dedicated. The other is we have a couple of special bumps, which, people get kind of caught up in thinking that the superfoods that they require are going to be expensive and hard to find. And I need to debunk that myth by sharing with you that most of the superfoods I use in the BUMPS protocol are ones that you can find at your grocery store and are often lurking in your kitchen already. Then there are a couple that are a little bit weirdo and a little bit fancy, but are superhero super bumps, like chlorella. And chlorella is an amazing source of iron and protein, especially during pregnancy, really helpful, and postpartum for balancing hormones, which is, as we know, our number one thing. We need the balance of the hormone. Yeah? So chlorella is one of my first choices for bioavailability with iron and protein. Okay, and a bit weird and a little pricey, gotta say. But you really only need to choose one of these. You don't need to have spirulina and chlorella and BCAAs and. You just need one additional crazy bump that you like and works for your body. And I talk more about that in the program as well. I'm trying to think what else I can offer you with regards to the bumps, but here are the 3 key things. 1, don't overwhelm yourself. Keep it simple. Choose 12 to start and store them somewhere in beautiful jars, containers, your choice. Right now we're kind of in transition. We've just come back from traveling for a year, so we're using very simple glass jars. You can choose something way more fancy if you'd like. Store them visibly. So visibility is key. So have them on your counter somewhere where you're likely to use them and see them. And 3, choose some every day to top at least one of your meals with. So get creative and, spice it up. Put a little coconut on your oatmeal. Coconut is a great source of fat, and if you add a little turmeric to your oatmeal with the coconut, then you have the turmeric, the curcumin in the turmeric is more bioavailable because of the fat helps it to be absorbed in the body. Sounds like a lot, but I know you got this. If you have any questions, please do email me at contact@builtforthisbaby.com. Again, my name is Georgia. I'm the founder of Built for This Baby and Yoga for Your Belly. If you like this video, please do share it, comment, and like it. Help us out. We're just growing. We need your support. And please send me your questions. I look forward to answering them. See you later.